The reason as to why I asked that, it has been a cross-cutting issue, cross-cutting in some entities. So we shall complete that as we go to the issues of staffing. Now let's go straight to 1.2, contingent liabilities from ongoing court cases. As you do make your submission, allow whoever is listening to us understand what contingent liabilities mean. And I will request that for your microphone, it should be on 24/7. You don't switch it off till when you leave. Because I realized it has issues. For purposes of at least a proper flow, you leave it on. The auditor noted that the ministry disclosed contingent liabilities in the statement of contingent liabilities on page 44 of the financial statements. The contingent liabilities resulted from outstanding court cases, which increased by 1.6 trillion. That is, it increased by 458% from Uganda shillings 367 billion to 2.052 trillion by the end of June 30th, 2025. Accounting officer, can you take us through that? And you'll give us the details of these court cases.
Thank you. I'll beg my colleagues to come in as and when. Currently, we recognize the observation of the auditor and the team. We are currently continuing to engage the Ministry of Justice and Constitutional Affairs and the Ministry of Finance, Planning and Economic Development to ensure that ongoing cases are expedited and completed. A number of cases are being concluded and will be disposed of. We can avail the matrix of the cases we are working on with the Office of the Attorney General, the Solicitor General, i.e. the Ministry of Justice, if you allow us at a later date. But not in any case not exceeding at least 3 days from today.
I had requested you to explain what contingent liabilities mean for purposes of educate us on that.
Thank you. With your permission, let me ask my head of accounts to explain to us that nomenclature.
Thank you, Chair. Through my accounting officer, contingent liabilities are pending obligations that have not yet matured. I mean, the entity is not yet liable, but there is a possibility that it may be liable. For example, if you have a court in case, a case in court, this case is going on, you may win it, in which case you don't have a liability. But in the event that you're defeated, then it becomes your liability. So this is what we capture as likely liabilities. Contingent, I would simply say, are likely liabilities that may come up in future.
Okay. Thanks for that explanation. Honorable colleagues. Honorable Mudim, you had something to say?
Yeah, Madam Chair, when you read it, after that table, the minister does not maintain a comprehensive register to record the cases, but relies on the Minister of Justice. That's not the best. Now, secondly, we want to know these cases, they are coming out of what?
Yes, Honorable Sarah.
Thank you very much, Chair. I think, Chair, the ministry should really know that these people just don't come out of the blue to actually file these cases against these government entities. There must have been some transaction between the ministry or these entities and these people. And I'm very sure somewhere you will find that there was either, in some cases, delayed payment and people opt to sue. And this is why I want to call upon the accounting officer, where you clearly really know that you owe institution X so much money. Rather than leave a case there, you can opt for out-of-court settlement and clear these, some that look at and, I mean, somebody is suing for 20 million, 10 million. These must be, I'm sure, supplies that you have failed to pay. So why wouldn't you opt for an out-of-court settlement than leave this liability, although you are calling it contingent liability, but at the end of the day, they will, I strongly believe that 60 or 70% of these will be your liabilities. And the Auditor General rightly observes in the audit report that this has been increasing over the years. You can imagine 2 trillion shillings, Chair. It's something that should worry any accounting officer. Why don't you opt for out-of-court settlement for cases where you know you failed maybe to pay in time, and these people have opted to take you to court for failure to pay, than leaving the money to accumulate?
Honorable Silas.
Because you will pay with interest at the end of the
Thank you, Honorable Silas. Honorable Silas?
No, Madam Chair, I did not conclude then.
Okay.
Much as the Honorable is pushing for out-of-court settlement, but when you look at the list, I hope the list is the one attached. There is item 28. There is High Court case number number 37 of 2020. 2 trillion. How can you start negotiating out of 2 trillion?
That is, Chair, I qualified my statement.
But Madam
I'm
Chair,
not
want
talking
to know
about
the
the entire.
genesis, how these cases, where are they coming from? Contractual, what, compensation, what? So we need to know first.
And
Yes, Madam Chair,
yes.
definitely someone is responsible for these cases. Someone must have either negligently or otherwise created this. So it is important to know, to be taken through what kind of cases, how they originated, briefly in maybe 1 or 2 minutes. Then we discuss
Honorable
the merits.
Silas?
Madam Chair, we have brilliant auditors. They raised concerns which we must follow up. The main issue here is about failing to have a comprehensive register to record cases. Number 2, lack of a system that helps you to track the contingencies to their logical conclusion. And would love to find out from the accounting officer why this is happening. Number 2, what you are going to do about this. Because the auditor observes that you are trying to rely on Ministry of Justice. Now these questions the members are raising here are actually coming from what you have failed to do. Because if the register was there, we'd be able to analyze quickly. The other issue, my sister Honorable Sarah is talking about settling cases out of court. That's a good proposal maybe, but it can also be expensive because you never know, maybe when you go to court, you might win a case and you avoid that what? Cost. But for me the issue is, why don't you do your best to avoid having conflict, legal conflicts with people by doing your job thoroughly?
Thank you, Honorable.
Thank you.
Honorable Choma. Let Honorable Choma come in first.
Thank you, Chair. Chair, this is really extraordinary. Where an item increases by 458%, it is actually extraordinary. And for me, really, I wouldn't say they should go and settle these issues out of court. No. In a circumstance where you don't have, where you don't maintain a comprehensive register to record cases, and you even lack a system to track the contingencies, okay? When I look at this percentage, which is extraordinary, there is even a possibility that some of the cases could have been settled but are repeated, are recorded here when you don't have a system to trace these cases to their logical conclusion. So I think we should first hear from the accounting officer what the problem is, okay, that limits you from having a database, from having a system, from having just a register.
Thank you, Honorable Choma. Honorable Sarah.
Before the accounting officer responds, Chair, can I find out from the accounting officer, in situations where, for example, the case is not against the Attorney General, why should it be a concern for this sector? When you look at number 23, High Court Civil Suit 356 of 2021, Hassan Omar and another versus Helen Adoa and others. I don't know who Helen Adoa is. Honorable Helen Adoa and others. This is an individual. It's not against the Attorney General or any other government entity. Why should it be your business? And this is 20 billion shillings.
That is Hassan Omar.
Yes, Hassan Omar and another versus Helen Adoa. This is Hassan and Helen and others. This is her. She's being sued in her individual capacity. Whoever that Helen Adoa is, I don't know whether it's the minister. Why should it be your concern? And this is 20 billion shillings. Why should it be a contingent liability? Yes.
Madam Chair, it's a critical question. Maybe we would love to hear from the accounting officer. You say something more about this case. Was it more of a personal case, or it is a case that the Attorney General should have stood in? Was it a problem in typing within our government systems? What was the mess about?
As the accounting officer comes in to respond, the auditor clearly indicates that continued incurrence of contingent liabilities from court cases, if left unchecked, may reach unsustainable levels. Now, when you look at contingent liabilities of 2,052 billion, in comparison to the budget of the Ministry of Agriculture, God forbid, if the ministry loses these cases, you get their 600 billion budget, and you see how many financial years would have been foregone just in case for financial years. Then, and we also need to pick our interest, because when you look at the case, this is case 28 of Kato Dan and ORS versus the Attorney General. That case goes for 2 billion. Trillion, sorry. 2 trillion, one case. So meaning, out of the 2,052 billion, this case takes, which percentage is that for you mathematicians and people good in figures?
Chair, I think I think procedure, I think we are talking too much to ourselves without getting response.
No, they are going to respond.
I think the first thing, Chair, is now that you have highlighted the big figures first, can they explain to us those 5 big cases, each by each explanation, and what was it about?
Honorable, the beauty with the team that you have is a competent team.
I'm not saying they are not incompetent.
From the Ministry of Agriculture that is taking note. The reason that's why we are raising this, it's the same issue, court cases and contingent liabilities. So when he comes to intervene, he's going to sort you out once.
We should be systematic, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah, he's taking note.
And
so
they are scientists.
And yeah, they are scientists, and so accounting officer.
Thank you, Chair. Thank you, honourable members. I'll start with the issue of why the increment from 62% to 458%, which indeed looks very abnormal and not comfortable. Honourable members, you remember that in the period under review, specifically in the month of December 2024, the ministry went through a restructuring of government. And after the bill was passed, the ministry took over liabilities of the former agencies. When you look into that matrix, you find that you have names of Cotton Development Organization, but also at policy level, some of the issues in court of the agencies, such as NAGRIC, are taken over by the ministry. So you find that still you have organizations which have votes, independent votes, but where we answer for them as a parent ministry at policy level. So That one coupled with restructuring where we took over the liabilities of the other ministries, of the other votes, it led to that increment. Specifically, for the two cases of 2 trillion.
Chair, I think Mayanja should really not take us very far, because when we look at the figure of 2 trillion, it's of 2020. There was no merger at that time. You look at the 8 billion, it's 20. That's the only one which is 2025. When you look at the 5 billion, it's 2018. You look at the 4 billion, it's 2019. You look at 20 billion, it's 2021. This was before merger.
Yes.
So, and you see, that is what has astronomically raised the figure to the over 400, the increment. So the others are small ones, but these are the ones. Look at that of 2 trillion.
Yes, Honorable Chair and Honorable Member, you are very right.
Just a moment.
It
could have been a reason for the other small which we are seeing here. But for the astronomical increment, it is far back. Yes. It's not at that time.
Yes, Honorable Member, you are very right, far back, but it was within those respective agencies, much as it was in 2020, 2013, 2017, but in December of 2024, they were now all brought to us. But they were housed within those respective agencies years back. But now they are reflecting within the mother ministry.
Chairperson, that's why I asked that. Can they explain a case by case? Like now, this one of trillion. Which entity was this? Where Kato done and others versus Attorney General. Yeah, which agency was that?
Honorable colleagues, the fact that we gave ourselves time to shoot questions this side, leave him submit, just in case we are not convinced, we get back this side.
I'm just asking supplementary, such that we follow.
No, the challenge is they will say you don't give them time to respond. So the fact that we made submissions, allow them, submit, then we interject later, if you can allow.
Yeah. So thank you. Secondly, now on the issue of specifically to explain the reasons for the big figures such as the 2 trillion, Honorable Chair, I beg that I go back and then I get the detailed matrix explaining each and I'll submit it. Because that, beyond the matrix, the background information for each, I'll get it from the responsible unit and submit it. For the one where we have Honorable Ado of 2 billion, of Honorable Ado versus another private individual, still I'm going to get to the bottom of it to find out whether it's a typing error, and if it's a typing error, we shall remove it, and if it is Attorney General versus, still we shall correct it. And I promise to submit a more clear matrix after consulting the responsible officer, our liaison officer in the office of the Attorney General.
Accounting officer, do we have a legal department in the ministry?
That's where I'm going. Until December 2024, we did not have one. But 2025. But currently, with RAPEX, they have allowed us to create a legal division, and we've recruited a lawyer who is even an advocate of the High Court. So far, one. We intend to recruit 2 more. Yeah, no, it did not come. So the reason why we were not keeping a proper inventory was because we didn't have this division. So our government lawyer was the Attorney General's chambers. But now that we have a legal division and we have recruited a lawyer and we're going to recruit 2 more, we promise that in future we shall have a better inventory and shall updating it regularly.
Madam Chair.
Yes, Honorable Mudimi.
Madam Chair, these are financial statements, and is the accounting officer now? When I want to bring to attention page 4 of the accounts. Sir, if you can read the last 3, third last.
Page from the accounts?
Yes. Third last, if you can read that statement, because he said he wants to correct, and these are financial statements, which they have audited them. It's part of their attachment, and they say he wants to remove. At which point, I want him to to read that paragraph, sir. Yes, accordingly. You read it anyway, to guide the whole process.
As it does proceed, Honorable Mudimi, are we commenting to the figures of the legal details that are given here in the cases?
He said he wants to change.
I said to provide more update. I didn't say to change.
Mr. Mayanja,
If the typo, you do what now? These are changes, sir.
Before Mr. Mayanja comes in, this contingent liability is an annex. Is it part of the financials? Isn't it an attachment? It's a schedule? It's part of. I want to learn from you, just in case, for example, he changes the nomenclature. Does it significantly impact on the financial, the how do we say it? The credibility of the financial statements? Absolutely.
Maybe, Chair, the figures.
Financially,
Chair, the figures may remain. But now what he was talking of changing is whether the person's responsible. The figures may remain, but the person is responsible. That changes the nomenclature.
Yes, Honorable Silas.
I was just about to say something.
So what has happened?
So something here. If this particular contingent liability was supposed to be for the minister in person, it was not going to appear in the books of government. Now that it is appearing in the books of government, please go back and think about it. That's what I wanted to say. I have said it.
The accounting officer, I think we need to, sometime back the Attorney General said that the fact that he has so many court cases, by then it was a stock of close to trillions of money, or when you amalgamate all the ministries. And he said, time to come, some of these are going to be person to holder, because there are issues that have come up and have resulted in 2 court cases because of negligence of staff. And normally what they do, because they know it is this one versus Attorney General, people, behave differently. So the fact that you have a legal department now, and we are speaking about 2 trillion, this is a lot of money. Yes, much as it's contingent, but just imagine, just in case, this case, you don't win these cases, what happens? So we are going to request for you to submit a detailed, if colleagues can allow, they submit a detailed report on all these cases, especially these that have huge sums of money, especially this case for Kato, so that we can see how best the Attorney General picks interest, and we see how they can be handled to avoid this becoming a cost to government at the end of the day, because it's our money. This money can construct roads, it can do things so, yes.
Madam Chair, in the same vein, they've got to attach explanations as to how these cases arose, because we need to now, we want to go down there and find out who are the lazy officers who are attracting these huge cases to government.
That is why we call for
Chair,
something
maybe
comprehensive.
Chair, can I just also, these figures look very suspicious. Because why are the figures 10 million, 1 billion? It's not 1 billion 20,000, but 1 billion, 20 billion, round figures. Why is that case? It's very strange to see rounded figures.
Honorable Sarah, that is noted.
No, yes, it's an issue, Chair.
Because it's an issue, but as he has told you, these have been some of these have not been under their, it's not them that how should I say it? Yes, the ministry has just taken this over. So that's why, because it seemed also, though our disappointment is the fact that you knew that you were coming here to respond to these issues, you ought to have done a better job than you've done today. Because the way Mr. Mayanja and the company, when I say company, I mean the team you've come with. Mr. Mayanja and the company, when you look at the response that is accompanying 2 trillion shillings, 2,352 billion, is as simple as the ministry is continuing to engage the Ministry of Justice and Finance to ensure that the ongoing cases are expedited and completed. A number of cases are being concluded and others disposed of. As simple as that. So in future, when we are making responses to such queries, let's give them time. This shows that you are very unprepared for this.
Yeah.
Much as you inherited this, but it's your responsibility now as an accounting officer to make a proper and sufficient response when it comes to the matter of court cases.
Chair.
Yes.
They haven't inherited everything. There are those which are specifically with the ministry. But having said that, Chairperson, there is even one here of 1.2 billion Farola Supplies Limited. Versus who? It is just Farola Supplies Limited of 2023.
So those are the details that they are going to provide.
Explain how these things arose.
That's Chair. On record, he said he's going to change the.
No, the beauty is figures don't lie.
Chair, the accounting officer said, I'm going to change it. In other words, he's going to edit this. So you expect to see.
Chair, I on the record, I said I'll provide more information.
So he's going to provide, the ministry is going to provide more information regarding the issue of contingent liabilities. So accounting officer, take note. When do you intend to bring this information? That's why I said you leave it on. It's on.
But latest Friday this week.
Including the current status, or only the as
no.
far as the financial is concerned?
Let him stick to the matter under review. Yes, for the financial under review. Let him stick to that. Those others will be handled by the report for that financial year, 25-26. So, colleagues, do we have anything to raise under the contingent liabilities, or we are done?
No, Madam Chair, we proceed.
Yes.
Next.
Did I hear him say they have now recruited a lawyer?
Yes, he said so.
Where are they? Didn't you find it relevant to move with them in the committee? And yet they are legal related queries? Because now I would be taking them or him or her on. But I'm incapacitated now. When I look at you, I'm incapacitated. Honestly speaking. But where are they?
For the record, the lawyer, so far one has been recruited, although we have a vacancy of 3, so we shall recruit 2 more. They came out in the recent minutes of the Public Service Commission, so they have not, she has not yet reported. She's yet to report. I think she's less than 2 weeks ago, that's when the minutes came out.
Now, honorable colleagues, we need to agree on how to proceed.
Chair.
This ministry seems to have a lot of, so many issues to handle. So I request that we try to expedite.
Chair.
Now, yes.
You know, when you have cases of 2015, and it is still on this list, 2015, how many years are those? That's about 16 years. I know it may not be your case, but also consulting to know whether the court still have it on the books. Honorable Suman, you can advise how that one is dealt, because some cases as far as 2015.
Is the same man who told you somebody has been on remand for 30 years in Ititalia, so.
Honorable Samba, Under this government, this is very normal. Having a case of 2015 is very normal. Yes, does my statement exclude me? Does it exclude me? So case backlog is a big challenge, and I think they may not have anything much to do about it. You'll get surprised when you get stories of, as I said yesterday, there's somebody who has been on remand actually for 37 years.
37 years.
Not 30. 37 years on remand. And we had an opportunity to interact with him when we were in Luzira. And we reported on the floor. 37 years on remand. So we are talking about 15 years. This is very, very small.
So let's proceed to one.
So yes, I know we will get the additional information, but this item of 2 trillion is extraordinary, and I believe, just off cuff, the accounting officer can tell us the issues surrounding the 2 trillion. Why am I saying this, Chair? Tomorrow you will hear a mandamus has been issued and they are paying. Okay? Can we be privy to the details of this matter, Chair? Because really it is extraordinary when you compare it with the rest of the items. Yes.
By the way, even this one of Honorable Ado of 20 billion, the same person there, Hassan, the one immediately after is the same person again. So who is supposed to be paid also another 1 billion. Who are specialized now in taking the ministry to court? Who is this Omar? Hassan Omar. Because Hassan Omar was as Honorable Helen Adoa, that was which date is not given. Then the one of 2024, Hassan Omar versus Attorney General billion.
This particular one of 2 trillion, as if it's dealing in aeroplanes. This is an individual. Colleagues, I want you to take note that is an individual. I think of keen interest will even want to know his tax obligations. Because if you are dealing in such figures, then you must be paying very high taxes. This is something, Chair, I think as you have guided, whereas they will make responses, this particular one could have a separate explanation, because it's really in its own category. The person suing for 2 trillion
information
is really very, and is an individual. If it was a company, maybe a construction company, or it would really make some sense. But this cattle done here and others.
Has this case been concluded?
And it's accumulating interest.
Honorable Saliro, just for information, the accounting officer wanted to give details, but I saw somebody tapping on him not to avail the details. The lady near him just tapped on him, and then he left, because at one point he said specifically about this one. Then this one tapped him and he refused.
Then Chair, people can go on oath if that's the issue. If there is evidence of tapping and failure to disclose information, the accounting officer in the seat should go on oath and confirm that he knows nothing about this case.
Honorable colleagues, yes, Honorable Cyrus.
The accounting officer had requested for more time.
Excuse
He
us?
seemed not to have all the information surrounding these very transactions. So I think for now, I would request, if it's okay with you, Madam Chair, it is extraordinary, but if you don't have extraordinary answers now, what can you do? So I would propose
through the chair.
Now,
we note the guidance, and in our response, the issue of 2 trillion, we shall give it extraordinary explanations and emphasis.
Honorable colleagues, let us allow, you had some of these were inherited. Can we give them a benefit of doubt to submit these details? Do you want to get half-baked information? Good enough, we have the details of the 2 trillion case. The parties are very
Honorable
clear.
Chair,
Yes.
even in the circumstance that you've inherited such a case, okay, as an accounting officer, you will take it upon yourself to find out the details. Actually, it is almost 100% of the cases.
It's a lot of money.
It is material.
The Kato Dan could be among these people here. If you are not very careful, Chair, the Kato Dan could be here.
Accounting officer, is Kato Dan part of you?
As far as I'm concerned, on my payroll, I don't have any staff called Kato Dan.
Now, no, what we shall do,
Chair.
the time they will submit this, yes.
Yeah. You see this issue of the 2 trillion cannot miss an accounting officer's mind to have knowledge. Don't make us look like we are fools not to understand these things. 2 trillion, that one triggers something to you, the accounting officer. So don't make us believe that you are not telling us the truth, you are just hiding something. 2 trillion? 2 trillion? No.
So,
we may be forced to ask people to take oath.
honorable members.
Because
Honorable colleagues, can we have one meeting? I am accounting officer. I beg that you expedite the process of compiling that report. You had said that by Friday, let it not be by Friday, on Friday, at around, before close of business. Honorable colleagues, let him submit all these details such that we can comprehensively handle this matter. Reason, when you look at the information you have here,
Chair.
none of this is detailed. None of this is detailed.
Chair.
And the beauty is, honorable colleagues, and the beauty is, these things cannot change. It can't change anything, nothing. A case is a case. Nothing can change.
Chair.
You see? So I request that we give, when somebody accepts that I inherited, he has been truthful to say, I've just inherited some of these. Chair. Allow me time to go.
Chair.
And
Chair, let us be realistic. He made that statement that he inherited, but he never told you from where. At least the best would be is that I picked this one from Dairy Development Authority. I picked this one from Coffee Development Authority. But when we just say that he got 2 trillion, Madam Chair, it's a lot of money. A lot of money. That's money enough for a big sector like education.
Even education's budget is not equivalent to that.
Exactly. Somebody cannot come here and reluctantly says, I'll talk about it, I will change the, I'll amend. What if he comes with another report? Chair, I am requesting, this is a matter we need to gloss over as a committee, not just even to submit a report. He needs to come back here specifically about this 2 trillion.
And do you know why we said that even the 2 trillion party should appear in person for you to know who Kato is? And that is why we are saying, let him submit. You have, it's not only submitting, we said. As I concluded, I said, for the 5 key areas that seem to have figures that are quite abnormal, those so-called parties should appear with the PS in person. They should come as more
Chair,
so.
Chair, maybe for the case of the parties, we risk going into matters of sub judice. I want to advise that the parties can be excused.
But where the party is, Honorable Asman,
Allow Honorable colleagues.
Honorable Asman, where the party is a staff of the Ministry of Agriculture.
It doesn't matter. Let me land. Let me land. It doesn't matter. Chair, I think we are better off restricting ourselves to understanding the who these parties are and what exactly is the subject matter that that is being that is a calling for all these 2 trillion. Then through that interaction, by the way, we may be able to even understand more through interaction and explanations that the accounting officer and his team will provide. I think for the parties, we would do, let's keep them out.
Can we agree to have that
yes,
matter?
we are looking for an exit route away from this matter. Having these parties here does not offend the sub judice rule, as long as they don't come and talk about the cases. We want to identify them and know them. I think that is critical. They should come here, tell us who they are, how they got into this business, and then leave it somewhere there,
Honorable
without
Silas.
going into the details.
Honorable.
Number 2, Madam Chair, God did it very well. God did it very well to appoint you as the chair of this committee. You are brilliantly managing the committee. Allow me to say this. That let the PS be given the opportunity to go and prepare himself. We shouldn't be running around again over the matter. You will come back. Nothing will run away.
We have closed on that subject. And to comfort this other side, we also have a legal department in this committee, a legal person in this committee. We shall see how to hand ourselves.
Chair,
we have concluded on that matter. For this to allow.
Chair,
we
there is something here.
We have concluded.
There is something which is not supposed to be here, according to me. They also need to clarify that. You look at here, there is a case of Twino, Sinje, Severino versus Kapshenga. 50 million. How does this come here?
50 billion. Those are the details that you're going to get.
50 million.
Those
so
are the
how
details.
does it come here? How do they relate to the Minister of Agriculture?
Those are the details that you are going. Those are details that you are going to get. Let's go to another matter.
Severino was suing out to the general and Kabushenga.
So in agriculture.
Colleagues, we do. Let's proceed, but I request that we increase on the speed. Review of 1.4, review of expenditure, payment for unplanned works and services. Accounting officer, you respond to the auditor noted that management implemented activities worth Uganda shillings 588 billion outside the approved budget. Now this is million, outside the approved budget and the work plan. How could this happen?
And whether they got a supplementary at that time, maybe they should also talk about it in that regard.
Okay, let's proceed.
Thank you, Honorable Chair. This particular construction, these were civil works, which were multi-year contracts, and they were paid in completion by the time of the audit, so we couldn't undertake payments at that time.
Outside the budget, outside the work plan. We can agree with outside the work plan if works say we are completed last financial year and pending payment, but outside the budget.
Madam Chair.
Chair, they are saying unplanned. If they were ongoing.
They are unplanned.
No, but if they are ongoing, how can they be unplanned?
No, let's get.
Yeah. So if they are ongoing, they didn't plan for them the next year, the following year.
No, he said it was a multi-year.
Yes,
Madam
yes,
Chair.
yes. That we want to understand who is using the right word. The Attorney General, I mean the Auditor General, or Mr. Mayanja, because if they are ongoing, had they omitted it in the following year, such that it qualifies to be unplanned, so how does it become unplanned if it was an ongoing project?
Madam Chair.
Second, Madam Chair, if we say it's under multi-year, it should be on a committee on the financial statement on page 5. Should we indicate somewhere? So maybe I've not gone through it. Maybe quickly if you can open page 5 and show us where it is.
We are going into financials.
Financials, you. All those issues are page 5. That's supposed to be. Page 5. It goes up to page 6.
Yeah, they're available. We can explain.
Okay.
On the issue of being planned for, I wish to state clearly that this activity was planned for, and there was a contract, and this contract was, I think, a 3 to 5 year contract. The technical people can remind me. So the fact that there was a contract approved through the processes, it was planned for.
Was it a multi-year?
Yeah, it was a multi-year because it was a 3 to 4 year contract.
Chair.
Yes,
Chair.
that can be provided and removed.
Now, colleagues, before we come in, accounting officer, who was in charge of drafting these responses? Who of your officers handled this?
It was a combined team.
A combined team. Now, just look at a combined team giving this response. These are multi-year commitments that were pending completion and payments based on certification of the construction works. Really, does this speak to the vehicle itself? Number one, even if it was a multi-year, at least this money would have been provided for in the budget, because you cannot pay for anything that is not in your budget, either for a supplementary, because you can agree that could be the works were done and completed, and we pending payment, but it cannot miss in two things: the work plan and the budget. Those two cannot miss. So could be this time you people are too busy to prepare adequate responses to some of these.
Chair. Chair.
Yes, Honorable Jomi.
Thank you, Chair. We are running the risk of trying to reward what the Auditor General has told us.
To reward?
Yes, to bring in another meaning of what we are trying to write. Because the Auditor General has said that management implemented activities worth 588.83 million.
It's
Here they say million.
It's million.
Yes. Outside the approved budget and work plans as shown in the table below. They have put us the breakdown. When the management sat, as you have rightly stated, they were able to come up with this response. Now, a multi-year project, as we all know, does not necessarily mean that you cannot, you apportion it. You budget every year the amount that you're going to spend in that particular financial year. And then you also put it in your work plan. So, what was the reason, that should be the question, what was the reason why this money was not put in the budget and also not put in the work plan? And yet,
I think, Honorable, we are just changing the English.
No.
Those are the same things that we are asking. The projects are not in the budget, not in the work plan. As simple as that. We are, let's,
On a lighter note, I thought the people of Bugiri and the part of Bugweri are very close to Lake Victoria. So when I see dams, when I see dams being constructed in Bugiri, which is very close to the lake, I am actually worried. Because Namayingo is just Bugiri partially surrounded. Part of it is close to the lake. So I'm just wondering. And when Honorable Basman keeps quiet, my suspicions are even worse.
Accounting officer, let's respond on this and we'll move forward.
Thank you. I could be assisted by my technical people, but not the whole of that region. Yes, indeed, it may be closer to the lake, but the farming community that was being targeted, and these were practically rice farmers, they are not anywhere close to the lake. I mean, yes, the Bugiri district and the greater Busoga area, they are close to Lake Victoria, but not all of it. And the particular sub-county we are referring to that is not anywhere close to Lake Victoria.
So who is responding?
Madam Chair, we want him to give us a concrete response so that we see.
No, that
this
is why we are. Let him
yes,
submit.
I just want to say this. Madam Chair, the issue that we want him to tell us is whether it is proper to spend money without a plan. And now that we have a planner amidst these people, what is the usual practice that you follow as a ministry? When a project is multi-year, how do you reflect? Do you put it in the starting year, or you reflect on the remaining years as well, so that we follow it critically? Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, Honorable. I hope I got you right. On the issue of as to whether it was planned, and I can be guided. In the financial year under review, in the ministerial policy statement, there was an activity to support the construction and supervision of Igogero, so, and which was appropriated. So in that regard, it was planned for. But whether the particular funds, the 588.3, was got from that particular item, that is something we could need.
Accounting officer, let's not get there. You are aware that every financial year, when you make your budget, you subsequently do a procurement plan for the activities that you've worked on.
Yes.
So if the question is very simple. Was this item in the budget?
It was in the budget.
Bring evidence.
And the
Then we have the account, the policy
that's why,
statement of
that's
that
why I
year.
was,
Yes, because they also attach always the work plan for the year.
Yes, we can get the policy statement. It was planned for.
So was the Auditor General lying when he said they were unplanned?
The Auditor General can make a clarification as to how he qualified the unplanned. But in the policy statement, it was there.
Okay, Auditor
now,
General.
honorable colleagues, this looks to be a simple matter, but accounting officer on your part, it makes you look ugly. Do you know why? Because this is something very simple. And even just know the reason as to why you are here is this query has been maintained by the Auditor General. Convince the committee to drop it. As you come to, before the committee, bring the evidence that much as you are saying this wasn't part of the budget, this is the evidence. You are saying it is not part of the work plan, works had been completed, and there is no reason as to why it would be part of the work plan, but it's in the budget. Because you remember, these are planning processes. So let's not waste a lot of time on this. Colleagues, I cannot say that we are tired. Because we've been having tea, we took tea, we gave you mandazi and bogoya. So we cannot claim that we are we hungry? Are we hungry?
Let the MP. Yeah, we promised to, we beg to provide the section of the extract of the ministerial policy statement, where this was planned for.
Madam Chair, no.
Huh?
Really,
No, we cannot.
We will have to maintain that query. Because the auditors were there. These are very grown-up citizens. And really, if the plan was there, you would have submitted to them. They would have been able to see. There's no way they can lie about it and say they didn't plan. Really.
Honorable
Madam Chair,
Silas.
let's proceed. If they fail to submit, we will always sustain it. But in the meantime, let's proceed.
They are going to bring a copy of the budget that looks at and the work plan. It's not, actually, the thing is, give more clarification on this. Now, we have management of the Ministry of Projects again, management of the meat export support services. The meats under 1.5. The ministry signed an MOU with National Enterprise Corporation, which is NEC, on 15th November 2019 for production of high export grade slaughter cattle. During the year, the ministry transferred 1.12 billion to NEC, which money NEC failed to account for. The ministry advanced this money to NEC, but NEC did not account for that money. And when we are looking through the consolidated financial statements, NEC was one of the government enterprises that is seriously making losses. But this is not for you. But still, you need to get concerned of the parties you really handle business with.
You associate with.
So I just wanted to give you information that NEC has issues in as far as doing business is concerned. But here you are, you gave them advance for that, and they did not account for the money.
Chair, maybe we needed to know whether they made an attempt to get the accountability from NEC from that time when the report was issued and up to now. I think that's what needs to be done. But also, there are issues raised by still the Auditor General that the MOU that they have between them does not specify an expiry date. It's open. So how would the minister do such an MOU? So we even don't know now whether the MOU is still in force or not. And also, there's part B, there are concerns there as well.
There were delays by NEC, so many things.
In payment to NEC by 16 months. So I think this all needed to be responded to in the affirmative.
Accountable, so what you do, read your response as was given.
Because you have only picked the last one, D, but there are concerns A,
it,
B, C.
Thank you, Honorable Chair. This MOU between MAIF and NEC was based on the two projects which we are promoting beef for export, and that was the MOBIP and the MESIP, which projects have since closed. The management of NEC has been contacted to account for the funds advanced as required.
So, but part A, you have not responded. How would you sign an MOU without an expiry date? Because there are four issues there. You have only answered D. What's the response to A, B, and C?
Honorable colleagues, if you can allow, there is something that I have observed, but you can also really give more information. When you look at the responses that have been given by the ministry in some of these, on some of these queries, they look to be insufficient. I don't know whether you do observe. Sorry? It looks, because when you look at the query and the response that is given in here, it's not comprehensive enough to cover the query itself. And aware that Mr. Mayanja is acting delegated authority, for me it seems as if he was not ready to occupy. Can you allow the chair conclude? Cyrus, do you doubt the chair?
I am the one who supports you most in this committee. Because I know your capacity.
Honorable colleagues, we can, I would advise that on the queries that we have not looked through, Mr. Mayanja and team, you go back and comprehensively respond to them in writing. Let them be additional statements to those that you are going to submit on Friday. Reason, we still have more 7 areas to consider. The report is big. And we are dealing with somebody in delegated capacity. I would suggest, if you can allow him, that they get back and comprehensively look through these issues and give really deserving responses. We shall require the General to come back with a team that is concerned on those very, very matters, to appear again fresh, to have these matters responded to. Colleagues, if really you have been with me since the morning, and the fact that we've not had lunch, though we have taken a lot of tea, and aware that Mr. Mayanja will even say, I don't want to speak in Uganda when we are this meeting. So, to avoid I'm just helping, he's helping us. What are you doing in Uganda, my dear? So, honorable colleagues, if you can allow.
So, before we support your proposal, Madam Chair, number one, you are the one who allowed the PS to go away.
Yes.
Which to me was a gap. I didn't want to talk about it.
Little did I foresee that.
You see, unforeseen. Yeah. Number two, whereas it's proper for them to go and write, I don't know whether you mind having NEC appear before us on that day. They should tell us also why they are not accounting for the money. It is a lot of money, and it's not the first time we are hearing issues about NEC. We would love to know those people and appreciate them.
It's NEC that both these NEC executed the works.
Once paid NEC. The person who is supposed to account for this money, it is this one.
Honorable colleagues, I kindly request that you allow to have this meeting adjourned, have these issues responded to comprehensively. We shall, with evidence where necessary, we shall have the journal appear again with the teams that will be responsible for the dockets that we have not handled. So, Mr. Mayanja and the team, we want to thank you for the resilience. First of all, we thank you for keeping time. You are here early enough.
Chair, motion seconded.
And remember, this very ministry still has projects under them. That's why you had a team of coming from the national oil, whatever. We have even projects to handle with you. So the time we shall be handling those projects, it is the time, sometime that the accounting officer will come and respond to the remaining issues. Honorable colleagues, I want to thank you for really the resilience and your contribution to ensuring that the Ministry of Agriculture is accountable to the funds that they received in the year under review. That is 2024-2025. Meeting is adjourned up to tomorrow. We adjourn. Sorry?
Chair, thank you very much.
Oh, we are not tired.
Chair is not tired, but we are fasting. Chair, you have done well. Thank you very much.
So, Honorable Samba Oshabe, you can have this team out. And do you have lunch for them? PS, we are meant to have lunch for you, but aware of the budget constraints, we cannot afford. We are so sorry. But